All right guys, I'm here at Beaman Toyota over here in Nashville, Tennessee to do a quick comparison between this Land Cruiser and the Armada. So I may make a few references to Nissan Patrol. Nissan Patrol pretty much competes against the Toyota Land Cruiser. And since we don't have the Patrol, I'll just use the Armada as the Patrol. So inside you got three-way power adjusted seats. The seats do obviously go backwards as well. And me being 6'9", let's see if I can fit in it as well. So I can put the seat all the way back. It fits about the same than it does the Armada. So you can push my ignition start right here. This seems just more big and bold than the Armada. This actually has a handbrake as well. You do have an option to change the gears down here manually. You have heated and cooled ventilated seats. Two cup holders here. I kind of cut it short because the salesman is still standing out here with the keys, so I don't want to overstay my welcome. This has a cool box, which is actually pretty cool. But sitting here is about the same. This has a sunroof option. I wonder how this thing drives. So it got 160 miles an hour on the dash. And yeah, the presence in here is pretty, let me shut the door real quick. Pretty good. It's nice and quiet in here as well. I hear my voice more than I hear what's outside. 4 high, 4 low down here as well, a little switch. Going into the back seat. Alrighty, getting in the back seat. I'm behind myself, my driver position. This is actually very comfortable back here. These seats are extremely comfortable. Obviously, this is a used Toyota Land Cruiser. I do have some headroom. I'm pretty sure it's getting chewed up just a little bit by the sunroof. You got your heated seats back here, temperature control. You can also adjust the volume down here. There we go. Thank you, sir. And then you just pull that part, and then pretty much you just sit on it. Cool. I do like the tailgate of this over just the normal lifting up tailgate in the Armada or even other large vehicles as such. So now I'm here at this Nissan dealership. It's a huge transaction from Nissan to Toyota, or should I say Toyota to Nissan. I feel like I was overstaying my welcome at the Toyota dealership just a little bit, so don't want to overcook it. So while I'm here at the Nissan dealership, I'm gonna look at this Titan real quick. Let's take a quick look of how the 5.6 endurance is on this one, how the layout. But this V8 in this truck is a burble. I mean, it's really nice. The rest of the truck kind of is like sturdy and stiff. Doesn't drive as well as like F-150, but man, the way it sounds it's brilliant. So right now I only see one Nissan Armada, so I may have to go to another dealership here in a second. But I also want to look at the NV, the passenger van, also the cargo van. You can get it in a passenger van like this or a cargo van down over here, but also you can get it in the V8. I'm not for sure this is the endurance, the same endurance 5.6 that you find on the Titan and the Armada. You do have less horsepower than, besides 390, you got 375 and 387 foot-pound of torque. You also do have a 7-speed automatic gearbox. I'm pretty sure that's the same, but it's not the endurance. It'll pop the hood open. It doesn't have an engine cover, but it's not as stuffed in here as it was in the Nissan Titan. I'm not for sure if it's the same as the old V8s in the old generation Armada. It's not flex fuel, but who knows. So even though I'm reviewing the Nissan Armada, I am looking at this Nissan Frontier just for one item in particular. I'm gonna pop open the engine. Man, this hood's about as heavy as it was in the Tacoma and also the Forerunner, just a little bit. But anyways, this is the 4-liter V6, and believe it or not, you can actually get this 4-liter V6 in the Nissan Patrol, and this produces 275 brake horsepower, 291 foot-pounds of torque. That is this V6 and the Nissan Patrol. And I'm pretty sure the Nissan Patrol is also available in the diesel. I find it kind of hilarious that this small little 4-liter V6 is pushing that heavy old SUV, but I guess if it works, it works. So I'm actually currently here at downtown Nashville Nissan. I'm skipping everywhere, but this one actually has a good selection of Nissan Armadas for me to look at real quick. So there's two over there like I just showed you real quick, but I already looked at the side of this black one. That is a platinum edition, and I would assume this is probably the SV trim level. You can see the different wheel options you have right here as well, and this one is The Platinum one, that's unlocked. Hopefully this one is unlocked as well. It's locked. This one actually is equipped with the cloth seats. Let's see if there's another one over there that is unlocked as well. This is like a slightly different texture of the leather trim. The stitcher looks about the same on this Reserve. Let's look at the pricing. So this was at $62,000. Mine was at $53,000, I think $54,000. Two-wheel drive option. The all-wheel drive one would add about $3,000 to each price. You can get it in the SV with the cloth seats, or even the Reserve and Reserve Platinums. Hopping on in. So sitting up here, everything's about the same. Cup holders the same. All the selections here is the same. So besides just having the heated seat, you have the heated and ventilated seat option down here as well. Infotainment's the same as well. Gauge cluster's the same. It looks a little slightly different around the 20 to 40, around the indication of the speedometer. This one has a sunroof, not a panoramic, but just a sunroof option. And that's the option to put it back as well. So everything in here, the leather's different type of leather, obviously for the ventilated part. But everything in here is about the same. Different wheels, as it shows you, blacked out wheels. Ooh, you do have nice little DVD players on the back as well. Heated seats for the rear seats as well. Apart for the SV model, you don't have. You can plug in your headphone jacks down here. Pulling down the seats, still same 60-40 split. No heated seat options back here, but still the same 60-40 split. It's up to you if you want to spend the almost extra 10 grand for the Reserve. Let's see if we see a SV trim level. I don't see it. They look like they're all SL. So this is like the Platinum Reserve. So let's see. Yeah, let's take a look at this one. It's locked. Oh, that is very nice. Yeah, that's Platinum Reserve. Let's get the keys for that one. This is actually 4x4 as well. That's SL. White one's the SL. The black one's Platinum. We'll look at the Platinum Reserve. SL. All right, another SL. So the SLs are pretty much common in here. This is the SL, just like mine. It still does have heated seats, but it looks like it has the same type of seats as we saw in the Reserve. This also has the sunroof option, unlike mine. And this one is equipped at $59,000. So you might as well just go for the Reserve if you're at 60 grand. I mean, might as well. So really, a special huge thanks and shout out for Downtown Nissan. I really do appreciate it. So obviously, you know, some doors are locked, but before they even told me that, they told me, look, if there's something you want to look at, it's locked. Give me the VIN numbers, and we'll unlock it for you. This is actually great service. So let's go ahead and look at the Reserve real quick while he just open up the door for us. So you got different type of wheels. We're gonna look on the brochure if it's one in there real quick. This is the Platinum Reserve. So you got two-tone leather color, little wood accent right here, different stitching on the seat, and the smell here is actually different as well. I know they're both brand new. Different type of stitching on the steering wheel as well. The gauge cluster are the same. You have a heated steering wheel option down over here. You got just the same sunroof, but let's go ahead and hop inside. So everything here is two-tone. It's still nice and soft in here as well. You got your heated and ventilated seats down here. Here's the brochure. Let's see how much this bad boy costs. That's a two-wheel drive option, $67,000. But these seats are actually better. These seats are very comfortable and kind of match my shoes. Just playing. But so yeah, nice sunroof in here. Oh, let's go in the back seat here in a second. Platinum Reserve, storage space about the same. Cup holder stuff. I like this finish better. This is nice and like a gloss, but not too shiny. So the Platinum Reserve is my gig right here. This is beautiful. So back here, you don't have the bench seat like I just saw. Are these headphones? It comes with headphones, okay? So these have, that's why the doors are locked, okay? So you do have the DVD players back here, but you don't have the bench chair. You have like a captain's chair. So you have two cup holders, a little storage compartment down here. Climate control still down here. You still got your headphone jacks down here, just like you showed in the Reserve for your DVD player. But this is nice. This is a nice little touch down here. So I'm pretty sure the seats do fold forward. I think you can get away with 2 adults back there, but you probably put 3 children back there as well. This is different. You can't be able to push that button to raise up the center console the opposite way. But that's very nice. This is the Platinum Reserve once again. And you have like a different little format back here. So that's actually pretty good. We'll close the trunk. And let's look at the SV, the one over Say My Welcome here. But that is actually beautiful. That is very gorgeous. Let me do my justice. Let me lock the doors, because I am done. I got my phone in my pocket. Don't want to lock the doors in there. But so let me go ahead and lock the doors. Now, let's look at the SV, the one with the cloth seats. These are actually smaller wheels, so I'm gonna estimate these are probably like 18-inch wheels on this, which give them more of a comfortable ride. You still got the same silver metallic paint color, two-tone as well. This doesn't say anything on the back, so it's not leather wrap stitch. Nice cloth. But this is the 4x4 one, so you guys should change the auto, 4 high, 4 low. I'm just leave it like it is. Snow, traction control, and tow mode. Cup holders the same wooden trim, heated seats, CD player, still same 8-inch touchscreen, no sunroof, 60-40 split, just nice cloth seats. So if you don't want the, and this is starting at $53,000. Manufacturer retail price $50 to $100 for 2020 Nissan Armada, all-wheel drive. Excuse me, 4-wheel drive. Go ahead and lock the doors. Once again, thank you Downtown Nissan for letting me look at the different trim levels of the Nissan Armada. So back to my SL. So actually starting out the review now. I actually started the review by reviewing the Land Cruiser and the other Armada models trim levels. So now we're actually going to start the review of actually my, or should I say just mine for today, Nissan Armada. So I'm got the little sunlight right here perfectly on time. I have the key fob right here. This does have the intelligent remote start, or I should say just remote start. So what you do is just lock the doors and then hold the little circle button at the top until the vehicle turns on to life. You can unlock it, and if you want to turn it off, just hit the circle button again, press and hold, and it turns off. I got the key fob, I'm gonna put it in my pockets, and I am going to approach the vehicle. Let's see if the lights turn on just a little bit. You can see the lights turn on. Got that smart, intelligent key access system. But before I actually finish off, this is my 2020 Nissan Armada SL trim level, and everything you see here is gonna be priced at $53,000. So let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. This is a silver metallic color with the 20-inch wheels option, which this is one of my favorites. I think the white is right up there as well, but when I looked online to the Nissan configuration for the Nissan Armada, I think the white was like $400 color option for some odd reason. So anyways, so doors are currently locked. I put my hand behind the door. It's still locked, so obviously you got to press the little button right here. First press unlocks just the driver door. Second press unlocks all the doors. So all the doors are now open. So you saw the interior as it was when the sun was up and out. Heated seats, not ventilated, but nice and heated seats. I actually do like the fact that there's a switch. So you could go ahead and turn on the heated seats, and then when you do the remote start, then your heated seats will be automatically on. One thing else I like about the Nissan Armada is all the windows are automatic down and up, fully automatic. But check how fast these windows are. Goes down pretty fast. It goes up about the same speed as well. It just hustles. The steering wheel is tilt automatic, up and down, forwards and backwards. Here's a nice little infotainment center. Everything's just spaced out. This looks very dated to me, but it's still easy to use. Has a CD player. Believe it or not, some people still want a CD player. You do have a little small storage space. Consider what you have versus like the Chevrolet Tahoe Yukon after shuttling most of those cars. I was able to fit like a huge gallon of water in the Tahoe and Suburban. And this, you cannot. The little socket that we saw in the back right here, you can turn it on and off. So right now, I think it's currently off. To keep it off, no need for me to use it. And this is what the Platinum Reserve did not have. Boom. So you don't have to give something to the front driver, and the front driver doesn't have to open up this huge thing. Honestly, you can do it yourself. Press the button, throw it in there, close it, that's it. Sadly, driving the Nissan Armada, being 6'9", this is actually very cramped. The Land Cruiser is slightly bigger than this. Believe it or not, the Infiniti QX80, I have slightly more leg room, and I hope to give you guys a comparison. So this is me currently sitting in the Infiniti QX80, and I have slightly more leg. It's like the seat could go back further in the QX80 versus the Nissan Armada. I think it's just the seated position or the chair itself. The car itself is still the same. As you can see, same infotainment center. I have more leg room in this than I do in the Nissan Armada. It's very strange, but I don't know why. I have more room in the Toyota Sequoia, a little bit more room in the Land Cruiser, more room in the Chevrolet and the GMC and the Ford, and what else am I missing? There's just those main three competitors. I just got plenty more leg room. This is kind of cramped in here for leg position, but I mean, I can straighten up my leg and I'll be fine, but eventually I want to rest my leg on something. It's just, you know, it doesn't make sense. I could sit behind myself in the drive position, but it's a big car. It's just very tight in here, I should say. So let's go to the infotainment center real quick. So I have a Bluetooth on currently, and every time you turn on and off the car, if you just notice, I turn off the car, that huge delay. I don't like that about Nissan, so I'm not sure why they keep doing that. Put the car up. So it's gonna stay on the Bluetooth setting, okay? Every time a Bluetooth is connected, like for some odd reason, every time you connect, I'm pretty sure this is my phone, but this system keeps coming up. The system's waiting for your message to file. Only thing I like about this is, why does it give me the option to say, do not ask again? Like, no, and then hit a box, do not ask again. Now, there are other features that will let you do that, but this is very annoying because if I wanted to change, like I'm gonna shut music just a little bit. I want to change the seek, which this is very slow. When I change it, it doesn't change because it's waiting for me to press this button. So every time I get in it, I have to press no. Even though on my phone, I clearly said no to the settings for it to not to do that. Here's another weird thing I just noticed. So I'm gonna click on the radio, okay? So I'm gonna go to my first little save channel right here, station 1. So this is how you change it on the steering wheel. You press up, and you see now I'm gonna highlight to section 2, the channel 2 that I selected. Now I'm going to channel 91.1. Now I'm on channel 3, go to channel 4, okay? So you have multiple channels right here. I have other stage right here. I got 10 channels saved. So currently I'm at number 4 right now. Pressing up, I'm at number 5. And now I'm at number 6, okay? Now I'm going up to number 7, but it still shows this selection, the first 6. It was still going to number 7, but for some odd reason, it's like, that's it. It just showed me my 10, but it's still in the 6. Why doesn't it just go to the next page to show me, you know, where I'm at? I just find it kind of odd and weird. So I showed you the Titans V8. I showed you the Nissan Frontiers V6. And I showed you the V8s of the passenger van, the NV3500. I did not open up the hood on a Nissan Armada, which looks pretty much similar to the one in the Titan. Looks kind of squeezed in there. That's just the engine plastic cover. Now this has a very healthy 390 brake horsepower and 394 foot-pound of torque, which is made to a 7-speed automatic gearbox. This engine is great. It's the Endurance V8. It's different from the previous generation Armada. That one had flex fuel. I believe that one had like around like 300 brake horsepower, but like 380 foot-pound of torque. I don't know the exact spec numbers right now, but that's a rough estimate. And that was actually made to a 5-speed automatic gearbox. So this 7-speed is absolutely fantastic. I love everything about this gearbox. It does the job perfectly. It shifts smooth for this big, heavy type of car. But I am curious how a V6 will perform as such a large SUV. And I know the Land Cruiser, probably in the Middle East, probably Australia, offers a V6. Not for sure why one would get that, but it's a lower trim level than the SV. So all the Armadas we have here in North America are only equipped with a V8. Should we get the V6 option? I mean, who knows? Yeah, I ain't got no safety on the rev limiter. It's got that little ticking sound. It just doesn't have that exhaust the same from the Nissan Titan. But nevertheless, man, that's a great engine, especially when you're driving. It has a very throaty, like the intake sound. It's just so muscular just from the intake, the engine as well. Man, I am gonna miss this truck like a lot. I love the presence, I love the styling. I'm not a huge fan of Nissan. I was gonna let you guys know that right now, but this thing is just on a completely different level. No, it doesn't drive as good as the Ford Expedition. I'll get to that in a second. I'm gonna get to the driving part here shortly. No, it doesn't have enough leg room in it like a Suburban, Tahoe, Yukon, those models. And it may not hold its value the same way as a Land Cruiser, at least here in the United States. This thing hopefully will win you guys hearts if you guys drive it. Driving this thing, it feels like an old school truck with a modern engine and transmission. The powertrain is glorious. The transmission, superb. It's better than GM's 6-speed automatic that he uses currently. Now the Ford Expedition has a twin turbocharged V6. And to be honest with you, right now during this video, I don't know the exact horsepower torque figures, but I will say that it feels quicker than this, but by no means this is a slouch. This thing kind of gives you confidence when you're driving in a straight line. And actually driving around this SUV quite some time. This is not an SUV you can like just lean back and put your one hand on the steering wheel. Yeah, you can do that in a straight line, but going around corners, it's best if you sit up straight and 2 hands on the steering wheel. But I'm just cruising around the highway right now. So this vehicle is also equipped with intelligent cruise control. Pretty much that's just like adaptive cruise control, but also a safety feature is for collision. And where I'm getting at with this is if you're too close to a car and it senses that, it will like delay your throttle input. So it's like there's some type of force between your foot and the gas pedal, so it just kind of limits the input, and you actually kind of feel it, which may seem kind of concerning. I don't like that feeling, to be honest with you. Down here you have your option of changing gears manually. Right now I'm in 5th gear. It's quick to downshift, it's quick to upshift. And the engine will blip properly. The engine is told what to do, exactly when to do it. I really do admire about this truck. The ride is very, very smooth. Going over bumps, potholes, this thing just glides over it. The shocks just absorb it. That's a fantastic job, all in all. Yes, the infotainment and all this stuff looks outdated, but the more I drive this truck, the more I like it. Unlike the Volkswagen Atlas. Surprisingly enough, the Volkswagen Atlas has more leg room than this, so that's why I was really impressed with. I know it's in a different class. Other thing I really don't like about this truck is the sound quality. I think it's, unless you're playing it on Bluetooth, the sound quality is very poor. I will somehow just modify the sound system. That's just me. I prefer to keep a car standard as possible, but it's that bad to the point where I gotta modify the sound system. 2020 Nissan Armada. Man, this thing is very beautiful. It's very comfortable, smooth to drive on the roads. However, it's not as easy to maneuver as per se a Ford Expedition, Chevrolet Tahoe. So if you're taller than 6'5", you can still drive it. I'm able to drive it long distance, but you can get the same amount of leg room as a Mazda CX-9. I'm just putting in that perspective. This is a naturally aspirated engine. Now the Toyota Land Cruiser sadly is going to go to a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, so the V8 is going to be dropped. So it's between the GMC and the Chevrolet, the Toyota Sequoia, if that still exists in the future, and this to still have a naturally aspirated V8. I haven't driven all three, even the Sequoia and the GMC and the Chevrolet. This engine, the powertrain, superb. I mean, absolutely superb. The Infiniti get 10 more horsepower. I'm not for sure if I could totally feel the difference, but 390 brake horsepower in this is fantastic. If you're interested in this type of class segment, the truck segment, definitely give the Nissan Armada a try. Doesn't matter if it's the base SV or the highest trim level, the Reserve Platinum, Platinum Reserve. Don't shy away from this thing. I have yet to fully drive a Toyota Land Cruiser. In my heart, I still want a Land Cruiser, but this is as close as I can get. So from my point of view, thank you for watching.